Yo!
Tachahao!
And apakabar semua.
It's Friday and you know what that means. That's right, we're back with another amazing lineup to get you up to speed with all things gaming this week. On the lineup today, we'll be talking about MGS Remake, Cyberpunk 2077 gangs, the elephant in the room that cost $7.5 billion, and more. So with all the banters out of the way, I'm your host Kelvin Tay, and with me in the studio,
I'm your host, Jeff K.
And I'm Afiq K.
well, let's get the show going. On the first news today, we will be talking about the MGS remake. Apparently, there are rumors going around. Rumor mill. Take it with a grain of salt.
Oh yeah,
it's like the gaming community
right
survives on rumor mills, man.
Yeah, it's just layers upon layers of rumors that turns out to be true at the end of the day. If you guys realize that, like no rumor so far has been false.
Yeah, so it gets me thinking, what if actually what's happening in the gaming industry is that someone, like every developer has like a team that just looks out for rumors and they don't have anything planned, but they read the rumors like, this could work. Let's get this done for the game.
I mean that's pretty. I don't know, dude.
But
Shit,
like
that
does it
actually,
work
why?
like that? I don't know.
Why not? Right? Like if I was a developer, I'd do that, and then I'd always get it spot on with like
I
my
know
fans.
what happens
you know?
behind the scene, man. It's like, hey guys, we have a meeting today. No. We have a meeting next Monday. I want everyone to come up with one idea. So it's like, Afiq, fuck man, I got no fucking idea, man.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to like Fallout forum, right? See what the fans want, right?
Go on the internet
like,
forums.
alright, they want a remake. And what can we remake? And just open like a brochure of like games 10 years ago. It's like Fallout 1, like for this,
Such
right?
sloppy work.
Yeah,
Right?
Metal Gear 1 remake. Okay.
Oh man.
Alright, guys. I have a proposal. I want to remake the first. That's a good idea,
Yeah,
man.
and everyone's like, oh.
Yeah. Get that guy a raise. I love that.
It's like, oh fuck, man. Alright, I think we need a new news from you next week. I was like, shit. Yeah. So speaking about MGS, right, the Metal Gear Solid series, MGS 1 will be getting the remastered treatment, according to a YouTube channel that broke the news. The YouTube is called Red Gaming Tech. They are a tech review. Surprisingly, I don't know how they get this rumor mill churning. But they have came out and said that the original MGS will be remastered alongside with the sequels, MGS 2, MGS 3, will be getting a HD remastered treatment.
HD.
Yeah, this is gonna be out on the what platform are we expecting this?
We don't know what platform is it going to come out. We don't know how is it going to be.
Because I've heard it was gonna come out on the PC.
I
Well, I
feel
hope it does.
I feel like it's going to come out for the PlayStation and PC because MGS has been a long-running PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Knowing that, I highly think that it will be coming out for the PlayStation 5, hopefully, PlayStation 4, and PC. So I kind of dug a little deeper, right, and found another news article by the marketplace GOG. They have also rumored to be coming out with this thing called a Konami pack.
Right.
Right, and within the Konami pack, we will be seeing the MGS remaster, the Silent Hill remaster, the Contra remaster,
Okay.
Castlevania, and more.
Okay,
Wow.
I didn't hear about the Contra and Castlevania.
Right.
All I read that MGS was gonna get a remake that is gonna be released on PC or some shit like that.
Knowing the Konami pack, right? When you talk about Konami pack, when you hear Konami, you relate it back to Hideo Kojima.
Yes.
All right, but this is the funny part. Because Konami has came out a couple of years ago and state that they will not be doing any AAA titles anymore.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right.
After
They said that?
yeah, they say that after Kojima left, Konami is like, yeah, we're done with AAA titles. They are, my personal experience, I think that they're going through a brain drain.
Yeah.
Because again, when you talk about Konami, Kojima comes out,
Yes.
right? And without Kojima, there's kind of no
Konami.
Konami.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking back at the games that I have mentioned, we're talking about Contra, Castlevania, Silent Hill. It's all games of the past,
Yeah.
games of PlayStation 2, games of PlayStation 3, right? And
Probably from the Konami golden years.
yeah, like the golden years. So I think they're just remastering it for the sake of remastering the games,
Right.
right? And nothing else will come out.
Oh, okay. So I think just to fill in the blanks here, I think Konami did say that they are turning away from developing AAA games because it costs too much money. So they decided to actually start developing mobile games or even like pachinko games.
Yeah.
And that's why they kind of like outed Kojima out of the picture, because from what I've read, apparently, even if they release this Metal Gear remake pack, right, Kojima is not going to get any royalties because there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Because the IP is completely owned by Konami.
Yeah, it's
by
Konami.
Konami.
It's a Konami title.
And also, like, I also read that when you work as a developer for a game, let's say you created this game yourself in Japan, apparently, your pay is basically not from the royalties. It's actually just a standard day-to-day kind of salary.
Oh, that sucks.
Right.
Yeah, so which is why, if anyone's wondering why it took so long for Hideo Kojima to make the Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, is because he was actually like taking his time each day because that's
Right.
how he was getting paid.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you're not gonna get like the big cut. All of that
Yeah.
goes straight to the company. But whatever you're working on is just from your day-to-day salary.
Yeah, it's just
So-
based on your salary.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like it's the same concept as like working on something for an hourly rate. Like
Yeah.
you stretch that so that your amount gets higher.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yeah, I know. It kind of sucks.
that sucks.
Yeah, and also I think the motive behind, I mean, this is just me speculating. I don't think Konami is doing very well with developing their mobile games. So I think they're just trying to churn out a little bit more money from the only franchise that they know is going to get them a lot of sales. And that's Metal Gear Solid.
Right, of
golden
course.
years of
Yeah.
Konami, right?
Not saying there's anything wrong with like having these remakes being released on other platforms. I would love to play MGS 1 and 2, but just the intentions behind it, just to fiddle with somebody else's like IP, and that person is no longer with them, and they have such a bad how'd you say, well, Kojima and Konami, let's just say they're not really on the best of terms anymore. So it's kind of a little bit of a sad news for me, but it's also good as well because I get to play MGS 1, MGS 2 on hopefully the PC. I don't see why it should be on the PlayStation 5 because I think the graphics it's going to look very dated for a next-gen console still, but it's a great game. It's a great game.
Maybe it's the novelty of it all.
Yeah.
So what I know so far, right, is the original Metal Gear series will be getting not just a remastered, but a remake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So-
Can you define that?
so-
Like a remaster and a remake. What?
A remaster is basically taking like your 8-bit, 16-bit games into like HD remaster, right? From like 480p, 720p to like the 1080p and more.
Okay. For an
right?
example, let's say Resident Evil. That's a the new one. That's a remaster.
No, that's a remake.
Okay, that's a remake.
That's a remake.
Right,
Basically
right.
taking the title that has been out for like a decade old and just remaking the entire assets of the game. From
the
like
gameplay.
Gameplay is still somewhat the same.
Yeah.
But the character design, the environment design, the sounds, everything else, that's a full remake.
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
The remaster would be like what's the news we covered for Nintendo? Like they're coming out with the 35th anniversary for
Oh, Legend of Zelda. Oh, sorry, Mario.
Mario.
Mario what again?
The pack where you get all three Mario
so
games.
that's
right?
a
The Super Mario All-Star pack.
remaster.
Right.
Basically taking
right.
something from a old gen console,
Yep.
just slapping like a HD,
Right.
and it's a remaster.
I see.
Right.
I see. Okay, so when are we going to be expecting? I mean, like, this is just speculation.
This
at
is just
point.
speculation so far. Again, with a grain of salt, we don't know when is it going to come out. We don't know what platform is it going to be at. But my speculation is PlayStation definitely.
Yeah.
And
PC definitely.
PC
They
definitely.
should definitely be released on the PC.
Did you guys play all the Metal Gear Solid titles?
I played 2. I played 3. I played 5.
I played 3 and 4.
I played all of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Wait,
played-
even
you
Peace
did?
Walker?
Even Peace Walker. Yeah, I was about to say that. Even
Dude,
Peace
yeah.
Walker.
I didn't know,
Yeah.
man. Yo, Peace Walker was dope, I heard. It was on
Yeah.
the PSP, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a PSP.
Yeah, the PSP. My
My
goodness.
God.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. Dude,
PSP.
it's a...
You know like speaking about PSP, right? It's something that is very sour.
Why?
Like in my mouth. So
What
I
happened?
Did not know
I-
consoles left that
I
aftertaste.
remember when I was, I don't know, like 12,
Yeah,
14.
pretty much around that
right?
time. Yeah.
Like early days high school. So I went to Hong Kong and my parents bought me this PSP.
In Hong Kong.
yeah,
Oh.
in Hong Kong, right?
Hey, that's funny because I bought my Switch in Hong Kong.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I came back and then I went to a house party,
Oh no!
right?
In Hong Kong?
In
Back here in KL.
Oh, okay, sorry.
with our friends.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Our friends, and someone stole.
Oh
Someone
my
stole my
God.
PSP.
Oh, yeah. I
Someone
remembered
stole
that.
Your PSP?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And I had it less than a couple of months.
dude.
Oh, dude, that must have broken you, man.
Yeah.
And my
yeah.
parents got so pissed at me, they swore to never buy me a console anymore.
And then from that point on, you swore to yourself that,
No, from
You
that
buy
day on,
yourself-
Calvin's got reasonable trust issues.
oh man.
Yes, yes.
Because I
Pretty much
think
justified.
I know who took it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Have you
Yeah.
ever confronted that guy?
Yeah. They keep saying no.
Oh, they
sometimes.
just doubled down
Oh,
on themselves.
Man. Well,
man.
they're in too deep now to admit it.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
too long.
Yeah, so whenever I see like a PSP, it's like a trigger effect for me. It's
Oh,
like,
man, I'm so sorry,
mother-
Cal.
Dude,
Yeah.
I swear, if I knew who it was, I would literally go up to him and beat him out of it.
we know the person.
Yeah.
Just say.
Do I know this guy?
No,
No,
you
no,
don't.
no,
I don't
no,
know
no,
this
no,
guy.
no,
Okay.
We don't relate with them anymore.
Yes.
I
Yes.
see.
It's
Yeah.
been a very long time.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man. I'm so
So
sorry
yeah,
to hear that.
that was
Cal.
a fun time in my high school years.
Yeah.
That shit's actually more traumatic than you think it is.
Yeah.
Like
No,
having something.
it actually does.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
does.
is.
It
Especially if
actually
it's
does.
somebody else's, perpetrating it.
And
Yeah.
speaking about someone stealing my PSP, right? I used to have this really nice golden Game Boy with like a Pikachu and Pichu on the screen.
Oh shit!
Right?
Are
Like
you
like
telling me they got stolen
this
too?
is in my primary school days, right? And
Yeah.
and
Man, Cal.
I play the Resident Evil game on it, the Game Boy Resident Evil game, and also Pokemon religiously, right? Someone stole it too.
Oh my
Oh,
god, dude! What the
man.
hell? Are you serious?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Dude, I was like, what, 10? Less than
Jeez.
10?
Why?
I can't remember.
Okay,
Why
you
do
know
people
what?
keep stealing your shit?
At
Cal?
this point, I kind of fully actually no, I fully understand why you got trust issues.
I mean, after hearing this,
Yeah,
I'd have trust issues,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
If that happened to me.
Yeah, I'll never do that to you, Cal. Even if I did steal it and you front me about it, I'll admit it.
So, I have a Switch now, guys. Like, if this thing goes missing,
Yo,
I will kill someone.
yeah, you're gonna go Liam Neeson on them, right?
You know it's
I
not
have
gonna
a
be me,
particular
Cal.
set of skills.
I
I will
think-
find you.
I think I feel a bit sus.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I think it's
15
sus,
bit
man.
sus, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I know it's not me because I have a Switch. I don't see a point why I need another one.
Yeah, the day you lose it, the next day I'm like, hey guys, I bought a Switch.
You know,
Oh my god, dude.
You know, like
Such bad
speaking about
timing.
stealing Switch, right? I think the Switch is a really easy console to steal because all you need is to just power someone's Switch and just change the Joy-Con.
What's the Joy-Con is
Yeah.
the two sides?
Like what's your Joy-Con color, Jeff?
mine's the standard
The-
red and blue.
The neon red
Yeah.
and blue. So I have red, I have gray. Yeah, I have red and gray,
I
right?
swear that's like some Ocean 11 shit.
Yeah, see, like
Yeah, man.
if you just switch this out, right?
It's a whole process.
If you just switch this out to like another color, for example, right? No one's gonna suspect. It's like, hey, that's a nice Switch, man. Like no one's gonna suspect that. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
you power the Switch,
Yeah.
right?
Which
Do you
is
have a screen protector on?
Yeah, I do.
which is why
It's a bit.
which is why this is a little bit of a how'd you say it, like a trick. So you go to the back of your Switch, you open up that flap, right?
Yeah.
You take a knife and carve your initials on.
Yeah.
That's the
Surprisingly,
only way,
this is where you
yeah,
put the
that's
SD
good.
card.
That's the memory one where
Yeah.
you can put more games in it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. It's like a camera without
so,
a camera.
So there's internal memory,
Yeah, there's internal
and then
memory.
plus you can add
And
an SD card in.
external, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Are
could
you
carve your
using
initials.
the Nintendo SD card?
No, I just I just bought like the Kingston SD cards.
Okay, because I think SanDisk.
Yeah,
or-
SanDisk or something
Yeah,
like that.
SanDisk. They have a micro SD card purposely built for the Switch itself.
Right.
And what's the difference?
Faster transfer rate.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it like an SSD or some shit like that?
Wait,
or
so it's
like
optimized for
It's optimized for the Switch.
Files.
Yeah.
When Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
files.
Would I? Oh, okay. Would I get it as like is the price? Is any price difference or something?
It's almost the same.
Okay,
It's
I'm gonna
almost the
go
same.
get it right
Yeah.
like soon, man.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, enough of the banter of
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I
That was a
lost
very long banter.
two
No, no.
beloved
I
consoles.
hope you're okay.
Yeah, yeah. I hope you're
I'm
okay too.
fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
You know, just don't play Among Us with me.
Okay.
Yeah, because you literally trust no one.
Yeah. Moving on to
Which
the
is
next
fine.
news. Have you guys watched the latest trailer
Yes.
of Cyberpunk
No, I haven't.
2077?
I have.
All right.
Have
We're,
you?
like, if you have yet to, let's watch it together now.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
So we just watched the gang faction trailer, right? We just showed Afiq the amount of gangs that you can choose to faction up with in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the trailer showcased 9 different factions, you know, from the Maelstrom, the 6th Street Tiger Claws to the Moxes. Jeff.
Oh God, I hate it when I'm put on first, man.
No, it's because you're just like literally right in front of me.
Yeah. Do I get two or just
Yeah,
one?
sure, man.
Okay, all right. So, knowing that I will start in the
Wraith.
Badlands, yes, I was gonna go for the Wraiths not because of the name.
You're a Wraith main.
No, it's because that like it's about cars, man. It's about like all these off-road cars. I really want to have like those races. I mean, I don't know. I like racing in games.
Yeah.
I like racing in games when the game is not entirely about racing.
Okay.
Like you wouldn't play an F1 game.
I wouldn't play an F1 game. No.
You mentioned 2. What's the second one?
The Voodoo Boys.
Oh,
Oh
The
yeah,
Voodoo
that's sick.
Boys. Yeah.
Like I'd be Voodoo Boys.
Yeah.
Like that level of tech.
Right?
I don't know why,
It's all
but I
for
see
me,
you
man.
as someone who would faction up with the Moxes.
Really?
Well,
No, that's a
I
very
am
fascinating choice.
I am a hit with the ladies, as they would say.
Right. For me personally, I definitely go for the Tiger Claws. Man. I don't know why, but the Tiger Claws just resonate with me. I mean,
He doesn't know why.
I think I know why.
that's some racist bullshit right there.
What the hell? He wasn't insinuating anything.
Yeah, I said I know why.
Yeah, but
I'm not
for
gonna tell you
me-
why.
But for me, definitely the Tiger Claws. Right?
Yeah.
So, CDPR has came out and confirmed that you can't join any of the gangs.
That's right.
But there might be some sort of reputation system that you could do missions for them, gain
Yep.
reputations, maybe get, again, grain of salt. You can get, I don't know, faction specials?
Yeah, so-
weapons,
Right.
clothing.
Right.
I'm just trying to visualize how that's gonna work. So, 2 ways that it would work in my head right now. It's either, if it's reputation based, you'd move up the ranks. Like you'd start in one faction and then you kind of work your way to another one,
Yep.
or it's like a plethora of side quests, and then if you focus on just one side quest from a particular faction, you just end up gaining access to that faction,
Yeah.
which then means that you can't kind of choose which one you want.
Okay, how I see it is because I honestly was just expecting like 3 to 4 gangs
Yeah.
within the game, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
But
expecting
what
too.
we saw was 9 different gangs, 9 different factions. How I feel like it's if you pick one, like if you pick to befriend one faction, you make enemies with another faction. That's how I feel, right? Because if knowing how CDPR is, they somewhat reward repetitiveness. Like they want you to replay the game.
Yeah.
Right? 9 different factions. Maybe you get, I don't know, 4 or 9 different gameplay styles, depending on who you choose. So I feel like if you pick one, you will befriend them, and you will make enemies with another one.
Do you think there would be like alliance and rival systems? Like if you were in one faction, you have allies with some other factions, and then based on the reputation system of your faction, you're enemies with a bunch of others. And then there's like some that are just neutral, just hate everybody.
I don't think so, because I think that will somewhat break the whole point of having these factions in the first place. I don't think there will be alliances, because I mean, looking at the trailer, the whoever the narrator was did say that each faction lives in their own bubbles.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So I think going back to what Kel said just now, I think when you do side quests for a particular faction, you're gonna raise reputation for that faction, but at the same time, like lower another faction's like reputation at like simultaneously, right? But I think it doesn't affect like all factions. I think like there are some factions that have nothing to do with each other, maybe. Yeah. So when you do work for them, you're not gonna affect the reputation for the other faction. Yeah. I mean, that kind of makes sense to me. I don't know. I'm not one of the developers, but that's how I foresee it.
Yeah, but it makes sense. That sounds like good gameplay to me.
Yeah.
And since we're on the topic of Cyberpunk 2077, CDPR has also came out and say that the single player story mode campaign will be shorter than the Witcher 3. Main reason why is because it was reported that not a lot of people finished The Witcher 3.
Oh, really?
Me included.
Okay,
right. So after reading the news, what I did was I went back to my Steam and opened up The Witcher 3. So I have clocked in 53 hours within The Witcher 3, but I've only accomplished 23 out of 78 achievement.
Oh my
Yeah.
But
God.
is that because you did a lot of the side quests instead of the main story?
I did a lot of side quests. I know I did not finish The Witcher 3. I'm at like 70-80% completion rate.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But I did not complete it.
Right.
So what I feel they're doing here is, I quote, okay, it's a really long quote, right? The differences between a completionist run and a main story run, we do know that the main story run in Cyberpunk 2077 is slightly shorter than The Witcher 3 because we got a lot of complaints about Witcher 3 main story just being too long. Right?
It
So-
was too dense.
It was too dense.
Yeah.
So they are just cutting it short. But also at the same time, to be fair, some people are reporting that The Witcher 3 to complete the entire game, it takes you 70 hours plus. And that's a really long time.
Excuse me, that's like the entire game, or are you talking about
The entire game.
the main quest itself? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So the main
like-
quest plus the side quests.
Yeah,
plus-
the main quest and the side quest part plus all this nitty-gritties, it takes you a minimum, I'm guessing a roughly minimum of 70 hours plus. And
Right.
when it comes to a single player game, that's a really long time. Because I went back to Steam again and saw my gameplay for Fallout 4 and Bioshock Infinite. I played 91 hours on Fallout 4. Right,
Whoa.
completed the game twice,
Yeah.
but I've only achieved 36 out of 84 achievements. Right?
Shit.
And in terms of gameplay, we take Bioshock Infinite, for example. It took me 15 hours to complete the game itself. Right? So if you compare it to like 70 hours to complete the entire game, such as The Witcher 3, for example, dude, that's like 4 times longer than Bioshock Infinite.
I mean, okay, so what I'm worried about is I'm really worried that perhaps CD Projekt Red are going to size down too much on Cyberpunk, because I know it's just an instinct of mine. When I look at these really, really beautiful games,
Yeah.
the only catch is it's not going to last that long.
Yeah.
It's just like a short burst of excitement.
Yeah. It's like Modern Warfare.
Yeah, something like that. Everything looks so great.
Yeah.
But it's like so like
You can
compressed
finish
down.
it in like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Or perhaps in like one afternoon you can just finish
You
it. But
probably could,
But
yeah.
that's a really
Yeah.
like big gap in comparing
Yeah.
like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3, I think.
Take GTA 5, for example. Right? How long did it take you to complete GTA 5?
That took me a few days.
I mean, I took my time with it.
Yeah,
so-
I know I couldn't complete it in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how I feel about Cyberpunk is exactly how I feel about GTA.
Right.
I'm gonna take my time to explore the city because it has been like marketed like pushed everywhere. It's in your face
Right.
that you have to explore the life within the Cyberpunk 2077's world.
And I think that's where most of the gameplay is coming from.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, I do believe that the main story, is going to be shorter than The Witcher 3 or just the entire game in total.
I
Because
think
that's what I'm worried about.
I think the entire game.
Entire game
I
is going to be
think
shorter
the
than Witcher
entire
3.
game. Yep.
Okay. Because I thought it was going to be the main quest, but now like knowing that the whole game is going to be shorter than Witcher 3, I hope it's not going to be that short.
Yeah, because they're mentioning the campaign. The entire campaign will be shorter than The Witcher 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
All I can say is I have faith in CDPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Right.
too.
All their IP has been justified so far.
Yeah.
And I think Cyberpunk would do as well as it was marketed.
Yeah. And let's do a little favor for CDPR. They're making a really good game. We know it's
That
going to
they
be
are.
good,
Yeah.
but our audience or people who's also hyped for the Cyberpunk game as well, let's all make sure that it's never going to be perfect. It's going to be a great game, but it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be as long, but it's a great game.
Yeah.
So
That's
let's just
fair.
keep our
That's
hype
fair.
leveled here.
Yeah,
Even if the story is short,
Yeah.
but the entire experience is justified,
Yeah.
I think that makes a great
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
That makes a very good game.
it also brings me back to the fact that why all three of us just don't watch Cyberpunk trailers anymore.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I don't even look.
I don't want to.
two words,
look
man.
for them.
Managing expectations.
Exactly. Thank
Right.
you, Kel. Managing
The less
expectations.
we know about it. Like when I go for movies, I tend to not watch the trailers.
Yep. Same.
Oh,
I don't
me
wanna-
too.
Yeah.
I just skipped
Same
that
also.
shit. I always
Especially
go
when
to
it comes to
movies.
Star Wars title, I watch one
Yeah.
trailer and that's all.
Yeah.
Right? Just that one trailer would drive my curiosity to hold on to my love for Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Because 789 was the
Yeah.
Right.
Let's all agree that 79 with.
you know.
So last night we had a really good game of Among Us.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
Yes, we did.
man.
I mean, nobody trusted me, but it was a good game
It
nonetheless.
was a great game. I had a lot of fun. It was like my second time playing it because I was like just really waiting for all of us just to get in, just all
Yeah.
10 of
Yeah.
us. I can't
Yeah.
handle like 6 or 5 because that'd be
Yeah,
too
it's
easy.
way
No,
more
yeah.
fun if it's 10 of us.
like
It's way more
you
fun.
if you're playing Among Us, you have to play the maximum amount of people.
Yeah.
10 people.
You have to.
Or it just ruins the what's the word for it? Like
The intensity.
the intensity.
The
of the game,
intensity
yeah.
of. Why are you laughing?
I guess because I remembered
Yeah.
the movie scene. Have you guys ever played with 3 imposters?
No.
I've never
Okay.
played with 3, but because the maximum number of imposters is 3
Yes,
imposters.
3.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be too insane. I mean, I don't know how would that work
I
out.
mean, even with 2 imposters, it gets insane. It gets backstabby real quick.
I mean, 2
Yeah.
imposters seems a very, very balanced for me when it comes to 10 people because
Yeah.
1 imposter is too little.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
3 is too much.
Yeah, 3, I don't know. But we should try that one day.
Yeah.
We should just
You know-
try that one day.
How? Okay, so if you're an imposter, right? How many people do you have to kill to win?
So 3, you need to kill 6.
6.
You need to kill at least 6.
Yeah. Which is quite
Oh.
easy.
Wait, 3 minus 10 is 7. Yeah, you need to leave 1 guy alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how you win the game. You just have to have 1 like non-imposter to be alive. Yeah. So
Damn.
yeah. So anyways, Innersloth, the developer for the game itself, has announced last month that they were gonna work on a sequel to Among Us. But then they recently announced on their blog post that they will be canceling the sequel and opted to actually focus all of their work into improving the Among Us that we have today. So basically, this was posted on their blog site on itch.io. They said that we have decided to cancel Among Us 2 and instead put all of our focus into improving Among Us 1. All of the content we had planned for Among Us 2 will instead go into Among Us 1. So we're going to be expecting like a lot of cool new mechanics in the future. And just so you know, this game's been out for 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 2018.
2
right?
years, and suddenly it just bursted in popularity. I
Yeah.
don't know who started it first. Every Twitch streamer was doing it.
Yeah,
and
I
everyone
feel
just
like
got
they
hooked.
paid.
What, you think it was like a sponsor?
Yeah, I think they might have sponsored a couple of Twitch streamers.
Right, just to play the game, right?
Yeah.
because I saw like NRG play it. I
Yeah,
saw Shroud play
I mean the reason I played it was because Shroud played it. I watched
yeah.
Shroud play it, and I was like, "Oh, this is such a cool game."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I played it because the memes were like everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah. Even on YouTube, I'm like, what the hell is going
Yeah.
on? Anyways, they continued saying that this is probably the more difficult choice because it means going deep into the core code of the game and reworking several parts of it. And if you don't know what I mean by that, is because the reason why they wanted to have a sequel to Among Us 2 is because the first Among Us, they actually used the coding for the game is very outdated.
Like old gen, right?
Very old
And I
gen.
think it was because they didn't think it would be this big.
Dude, there's only 3 guys working on this.
Yeah. I
Three
feel like
guys.
I
It's
feel
like
like
three of us right now.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
fucking
like
crazy, man.
Among Us is basically like a Newgrounds game.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember Newgrounds, right?
Yeah. Of course I
it's,
did.
What was
It's
that?
it's basically a website for all the random Flash games.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And Among Us definitely, in my opinion, feels like a Flash game. it was made just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a browser game.
Yeah, it's like, hey bro, let's just create a browser game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, they did not expect, or I don't think they ever expect the amount of popularity, because
I think they just like tossed one out, like you said just now. They were just gonna pay like a few streamers, like, okay, you know what, let's just pay a few streamers, and let's just like just get like a little bit of traction. Next thing you know, it became a worldwide like, phenomenon.
And then now they're stuck with a problem. They're like too many players.
Yeah.
And then we were on old gen code.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and we kind of saw a little bit of that issue because when I first played it,
last
the
week,
servers were so
servers were shit.
bad because
Yeah,
it was getting filled with so many people playing that game.
Yeah.
So, adding to what I just said, they are going to be working on servers. Yeah, they're going to make their servers much more better.
Yeah.
There's going to be colorblind support. There's going to be a friends account system. So basically, if you are playing with randoms in the game itself, you can actually like have the option to actually add them as a friend.
That's
you
cool.
can like play them. Because I kind of like find that a little bit funny that they don't really have prepared like these kind of systems. And last of all, they're going to add, this is the most exciting one, a new stage. So there's 3 maps now. There's going to be a 4th one. We don't know how it's going to look like, but then again, we don't even know when are they going to release this update to Among Us. So this has got me excited because, to me, I really like the game.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like the game because I love the movie The Thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the game because it reminds me of. It's a very simple concept.
It's
right?
a party game. It's a party game.
It's a party
It's one
game,
of
like
those rare party
Werewolf.
games that I really enjoy because I hate party games.
Yeah, like I played. So me and a couple of my friends. We'd have like board game nights.
Okay.
And then this one time, a friend of ours bought a game called CS Files. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have.
So we played a lot of CS Files.
I think I did play that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're the killer, and then everyone else has to like solve the murder.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have to lie your way out. So I've always loved games like that, and to see it being ported into something digital.
Yeah, it's like a Cluedo
and
game.
the Cluedo and online. That's
Yeah, right.
It's really tickles my fancy, man.
Okay, so then again, we still don't know when they're gonna release this update. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of that colorblind support, have you seen memes on people who are colorblind playing Among Us? It's so funny. So there's a collection on Reddit that I can't seem to find because I wanted to link it. I wanted to link it here yesterday. So they were playing Among Us, and then some of them were colorblind. And when it came to voting, they voted the wrong color.
Oh my god!
And then the guy gets kicked out. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm colorblind.
Oh
so
shit!
funny. So I think
That's actually an issue.
Yeah, so
Of course,
I think the developers read that and be like, you know what, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does
to have
make-
colorblind support in this game.
Anyways, to segue into the next news, I want to hop on a little bit of the rumor mill that Kelvin said. So basically, on the I think it was a Monday night or was it Tuesday night, Nintendo accidentally leaked the game called Kirby Fighters 2, and it was posted on their company website. So the thing is, Kirby is such a big franchise of its own, and it's kind of weird to actually release a game without even having a formal announcement.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. So on that very same night, somebody actually saw this Kirby Fighters 2 on their company website, right? And not knowing that this game was even going to come out or even announced prior to it, so the website got taken down for a while. And then after they released all of the videos for the announcement for Kirby Fighters 2, and then the website came back on, and then everyone is able to purchase Kirby Fighters 2. But this is not the main part of the news. Okay, so basically, as this Twitter user posted the picture before the website got taken down that there was going to be a Kirby Fighters 2, right? And then, right, okay, another anonymous Twitter user replied him, with another anonymous internet post showing a lineup of games that's going to be announced and released next year. Okay, so as Kelvin always just take this with a grain of salt. So looking at this internet post itself, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm just gonna open it really big. Hold on, just give me a few seconds. I'm just gonna open it really big. I'm just gonna stretch it out. There we go. Okay, so this anonymous post, I mean, we shouldn't really believe this, but this is just a rumor. So this anonymous post is actually predicting that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct on the 7th or perhaps the 9th of October. Okay? All right?
Okay.
I'm looking at all of y'all
Yeah.
like, faces right now, like saying, like, oh, I'm not sure if this is legit or not. But why you gotta size it down, man?
I fucked it up.
Yeah, you did. Where'd it go? What did you do, Kel?
Wait, undo. Oh my God,
You cut the image. just control Z.
I fucked it up, guys.
Yo, Joe, hold up.
Drag
hold
it
up.
out, drag it out.
Oh my God.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, is it back? Is it back?
Yeah. Albeit very stretched out.
I fucked up, man.
I like how you kept so quiet after that.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
Like nobody's gonna realize what just happened on it.
Yo, I'm just gonna be frank, man. I'm so fucking tired.
okay. All right.
Oh man.
Anyways, okay, so this anonymous post posted all of this lineup of games, all right? So we're going to start off with WarioWare. Switch it up. Pokemon Sword and Shield. The Crown Tundra. Okay, just so you know, these titles are just, I don't know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not even sure if this is legit or not.
Yeah.
But if you look at the list itself, because this was posted on that very same night, probably before Kirby Fighters 2 came out. But as you can see, Kirby Power Rumble. Looking at the gameplay of a Kirby Fighters 2, it is a lot like Smash Bros. It's a little bit of that Rumble kind of game, okay? And it was actually one of the predictions here, Kirby Power Rumble, okay? So I guess this adds a little bit of legitimacy, but still, we still have to be very skeptical.
Grain
about
of
this.
salt?
Grain of salt.
Wait a minute. I see something that caught my eye.
Oh,
Jeff.
yeah. I see something that caught my eye, which is Grand Theft Auto 3 on the Switch. What the fuck,
What?
right?
No. No.
Okay.
I'm talking
Is it
about
Breath of Evil?
Exactly.
Breath of Evil, man.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of Evil. Look, every Legend of Zelda fans out there is dying for any update concerning the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Okay, I know we're getting like the Hyrule Warriors game in November, but that's still not enough. That's still not enough at all. So any little bit of information that we're going to get that has something to do with The Legend of Zelda, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, we are just going to take it. I'm just going to take it. So they're going to be releasing, there's going to be a Nintendo Direct on October 7th to the 9th, and they're going to have all this line of the games. So I'm going to like list them down one by one. WarioWare, switch it up. Pokemon Sword and Shield, The Crown Tundra, Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury. Kirby Power Rumble, I mentioned that just now.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. It's going to be on the Switch.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
I'm still a little bit skeptical. Nintendo Game Boy games. Okay. Grand Theft Auto 3. I still, that was kind of weird. I mean, why not just release Vice City or something like that? Which is,
Y3.
Yeah, Y3. Persona 5, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Challenger Pack, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which is, I mean, I'm not sure why this list is here. And last of all, the biggest title of them all, The Legend of Zelda Breath of Evil. I think it's still a working title. I think the title is, for the game itself, is a little bit low effort, but I'm just going to take it
probably
anyway.
is a working title.
And it's going to be a teaser trailer. So yeah, there's the rumors speculating. I mean, everyone who's listening in right now, please take this with a grain of salt. I could be completely wrong. I'm just perhaps overhyping it just
Again,
for the sake
Or
of...
they could be completely wrong.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
they could just take it with a grain of salt, manage your expectations, because again, this is the rumor mill training.
This is
and-
the
Rumor mill, man.
Right.
But the thing is, like, this Twitter post itself got so much attention. So, I mean, that's like one thing. I mean, I think it's just because Legend of Zelda's like name is in there. I think that's why everyone's so excited. It's gonna be the 35th anniversary next year anyway, so definitely we're gonna be expecting.
Something big.
So a lot
The
of the
sequel.
things that are going on kind of point to this sort of making sense. The fact that it's going to be 35 years, it would make sense for them to push out a list like this.
I think the fact that Kirby Fighters 2, which is a lot like Smash Bros, except everyone's Kirby, is part of this list. That kind of like gives this like
the
some
legitimacy
legitimacy
that it needs.
some legitimacy because there's only one, right?
Right.
But then again, we have to find out until the 7th of October.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, I mean, Nintendo hasn't really come up with big titles this year, man. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Let's just be completely honest. They have not really released any big titles whatsoever. I mean, maybe there are like some really good, like, I don't know. Pokemon was actually a big title itself, but not much to compare with the next gen games.
Yeah.
So I really hope that this Nintendo Direct is gonna.
I just want to drop
come out.
something real quickly right here. I'm not excited at any of the titles here. What I want to look forward to the next Nintendo Direct is the Nintendo Switch Pro. Like, no, I'm just putting out there, like if you want to do a anniversary, right? Like because honestly, telling you 35 years is not something that grand, right?
Yeah.
Because people usually celebrate like 1 year, 10 year, 50 years, 100 years.
Yeah.
35 is just like I don't know, it's an odd number to me, right? But if they have been pushing out, it's like, oh, it's 35 years, blah 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 blah. I really hope that they come out with a huge surprise, right? Like, hey guys, just so you know, the Switch Pro is coming out next year, right? Something for me to look forward to,
Yeah.
because the game releases are game releases.
Yeah.
Right.
It
But
would make sense if they
announced it on this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
so
events,
they
right?
announced the Nintendo Pro plus these list of games, then
Yeah.
it makes perfect business
Yep.
sense, right?
Yep.
Oh. Is that a is that what I think it is?
Sure, go ahead. We haven't had this in a while.
Right, now we have Afiq here with his weekly business takeaway.
Yeah, so I think it makes perfect sense. No, just think about it, right? Like that's how the PlayStation does it. That's how Xbox does it.
Yeah.
Once they release a console, they release a list of games.
Yeah.
And the fact that, as you mentioned, Kirby,
Yes.
the Kirby Fighters 2 was leaked on the website and it's on this list, gives it the legitimacy that it needs. Plus 35 years, as Kel said, to what's
Put
the
it
word
in
for
a
it?
bigger
To
picture.
present the bigger picture is to present the Nintendo Pro and then have these list of games to hike up demand, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna use that word.
Right?
Man.
Like,
yeah.
It just makes perfect sense. It's still speculation at this point, so I'm the third person in this room to say this. Take it with a grain of salt. But
Yeah.
it's still speculation. But everything that's going on, everything that we've talked about kind of points to that direction. So I'm kind of leaning towards that.
You guys hear that?
What is that?
What was that?
I think that's probably the elephant in the room.
What the...
And speaking of elephant
the
of the
freak?
room, we have the biggest news in gaming history.
How big is
Damn.
it, Kel?
Dude, this is huge. Like $7.5 billion. That's billion with a
Damn.
bolded B.
Whoa,
billion
bolded B.
dollars.
Whoever wrote this
7.5 billion
made sure this is in bold.
dollars.
I have to emphasize on bold. Like you can't do bold verbally. Right?
No, you
So you have
can.
to
I just did it.
How?
$7.5 billion.
All right.
Dollars.
I think it sounds like 7.8 billion.
Oh, that's better. That's,
That's
more
better.
elegant.
Yeah.
7.5 billion.
So
Dollars.
speaking about the $7.5 billion
billion.
elephant in the room, we are definitely talking about the Microsoft and Bethesda buyout. I mean, it's not Bethesda buyout. It's basically how Microsoft spent $7.5 billion on Zenimax Media. And for those who are
Delicious.
uninitiated,
Uninformed.
uninformed, Zenimax Media is the conglomerate company that owns. They own so many companies.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually discovered when I
Yeah,
read this,
right.
I was like, oh my god, really?
I'm gonna list it down.
Yep.
Alpha Dot Games, Arkane Studios, Bethesda Softworks, ID Software, Machine Games, Roundhouse Studios, Tango Gameworks, and Zenimax Online Studios. That's 8 companies.
That's like 50% of the gaming industry, man.
right.
Yep.
So
Checkmate.
yeah, so
Shit,
just to break it down for you, what all these game developer companies are. Arkane Studio is the creator of Dishonored, Prey, Wolfenstein, and Deathloop.
Deathloop.
Bethesda needs no introduction. We're talking about Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout. ID Software, the founders of Doom and Quake, and just by naming this three
Yeah, they're
companies, it's
Big titles, dude.
it's
Yeah.
huge,
Big
man.
Yeah.
AAA titles, dude.
right?
They're all AAA titles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all, dude.
And this was basically just us literally naming a few games developer that falls under the Zenimax Media umbrella. In my opinion, this is a BDE move by Microsoft.
What's BD?
What's BDE?
Big dick energy move.
I like
right?
how you didn't let us know what it was
Right.
in what you've written.
I personally feel like this is a BDE move. They're like, you want a console war? I give you the fucking
Yeah.
They're fanning the flame
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
hard on this
this
one.
this
They're
is
like,
like
"Oh,
this is
you
like
guys wanna have
Avengers Endgame. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
Microsoft is like, all right, I have the glove now. Not to put in all the Infinite Stones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
way.
and
Yeah,
Microsoft goes,
and it's like,
I
yeah.
am inevitable.
Right, it's like Bethesda, zoom, right? Arkane, zoom. It's like he's just collecting
And then he
all.
snaps.
Yeah, and he
dude.
snaps.
And the
it's like-
rest of the gaming industry just goes,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
as he snaps, right, as Microsoft snaps, I think I might actually buy the Xbox now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
or
It's like-
you just turn into sand.
Yeah, it's like for the longest time I've been telling everyone that I am looking forward to get the PlayStation 5, but looking at this acquisition, I actually might just buy
Just
it.
get the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, get the console
Yeah.
straight
Yeah.
up, right? Because I think Kelvin was right when he said that obviously this move is to just add more arsenal for the Microsoft company as a whole because they got all of these IPs, man.
Yeah.
And I really hate to say this because actually, you know what? It's kind of fair to me on the bigger picture because the Xbox One kind of almost fell flat on its face during its launch compared to the PlayStation 4, and I feel like this is a really big comeback. I think like Microsoft knew their mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that this is why they're really trying their best to just make sure this console is probably the better choice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how
Yeah.
it works, right?
But
this
you see,
console.
the way that you just put it sounds like Microsoft made a mistake, and then this is their, what's the word for it? This is them trying to right that wrong.
Yeah. This is
But
redeeming themselves. Yeah.
Redeeming themselves, but I don't think there are a lot of companies that can redeem themselves by acquiring at $7.5 billion dollars. That's
I love that you put it there because when you mention not a lot of companies has the capabilities to acquire companies just like that. I'm not talking about companies. I'm talking about companies.
yeah.
Right? It's because this is my business standpoint. This year itself, Microsoft is the third company in the world that hit the valuation of $1 trillion.
Whoa.
This means
Wow.
that Microsoft as a company has passed the market cap of $1 trillion.
Oh, so they're up there with Apple now.
Yeah, so they're up there with Apple now, right? So what can you do with $1 trillion?
It's
Literally
a lot of
anything.
tacos, man.
I wasn't thinking about target. But yeah, with 1 trillion, you can just start buying, start
All these-
acquiring companies, right?
Dev companies, man.
Because it is stated out there, again, rumor mill, that EA is out there for acquisition. All right. Other big. All I can name was EA. There was one more. There was one more that
Activision, Blizzard.
Activision.
Activision,
Yeah. Blizzard as a umbrella as itself, right?
Yeah.
It's up for acquisition as well. So if you can buy out a company, if you can buy out a parent company of a number of gaming developer
All these
companies for 7.5 billion with 1 trillion, I think Microsoft, if they want to, they can actually go with hey bro, how much do you want? Huh? How much?
But I don't think
You tell me lah.
I personally don't think Microsoft's gonna go to great lengths to acquire companies like Blizzard and Activision because it's a Joker and Batman situation. Without Joker, Batman doesn't Batman's
not Batman.
Batman's not Batman, and without Batman, Joker's nothing.
Yeah. How I see it is what Microsoft did with the whole acquisition of Zenimax, right?
Yeah.
It's not just a BDE, it's basically a ultimate checkmate to PlayStation.
Right.
Because, okay, let's talk about RPGs for a while, right? I just want to segue to talk about RPGs. When we talk about PlayStation, Sony's JRPG, can you name me a few JRPG?
Final Fantasy.
Okay.
I don't play many.
Right.
I don't play them at all, so I'm not sure.
Persona?
Persona, Final Fantasy, Soulsborne games, right?
Yeah.
All these JRPG games that are made by Japanese companies.
Yes.
Mhm.
But let's turn that aspect to the other side of the lake. Let's talk Western RPG games.
Mhm.
Name me some Western RPG games that trade off.
Oblivion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I mean, would Dishonored be a?
no.
No.
No. That's like a
Fallout,
Fallout. Yeah.
Elder Scrolls,
Elder Scrolls.
uh,
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
Oh, wait,
right?
no. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
That's RPG.
just this 5 name itself. 4 is now owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay, so how I
That's
feel,
crazy, man.
why I say it's a BDE move and a checkmate is Sony can have their JRPG, but when it comes to Western RPG games that we actually talk about more than we do JRPG, Microsoft holds all the titles of the mainstream Western RPG games.
Yo,
Right?
this
It's a
is
monster
this is classic classic American company hostile takeovers, man.
Yeah.
Like
But-
Microsoft.
But okay.
I wouldn't call it a hostile takeover with 7.5 billion.
I guess it
It's
wasn't
like-
hostile.
it's like-
Nobody was hostile.
yeah.
It was like, you know what?
It's
Just-
like, hey, bro, here's a check.
Yeah.
It's a
Here's the
blank
check.
check. You just write what you want there.
Yeah,
What
it wasn't
you
hostile at all.
What you think your value is? I think 7.5.
It was just hostile in the
Yeah.
Sony HQ, right? It's like, ah!
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, but then again, going back to this, I think okay, this is another like segue I want to get into because I did read somewhere that Microsoft apparently in Japan they actually got a spike of players there that plays the Xbox compared to Sony. Like each year they're getting like a 70% to an 80%
Yeah.
boost
Yeah.
of the
In
number
Xbox
of players.
sales.
And they also
In
had
Xbox
the
sales, yeah.
recent Xbox Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
I read about that as well.
And I think as I'm this is gonna be me leading on to the whole hydrogen theory. I don't think this is gonna ensure that they're going to last long with this momentum because everything they're doing right now is still pretty much a gamble in the future. So looking at it right now, it seems pretty good, but we'll just see how it turns out.
You guys want to hear my second theory?
Yeah, go ahead.
course.
All right. Remember when we talk about exclusivity?
Yeah.
Right. How I feel after the acquisition that there won't be an Xbox exclusive games. I don't think there will be a PlayStation exclusive games. The next releases that comes out, again, I'm just talking out of my ass, will be a Microsoft exclusive. Because when they bought
PC,
over...
Xbox.
Yeah. Because when they bought over Zenimax, they basically bought over all the Western RPG
Right.
titles, right? And I'm not talking about RPG, I'm talking about Dishonored, Elder Scrolls, Fallout,
Yeah.
etc. A Microsoft exclusive. You're not just getting the Xbox market, you're getting the PC market as well.
Yeah.
And that is
That's
basically
a big market.
yeah,
too.
and you're like, hey bro, I'm done with the console wars, man.
Yeah,
Just
right?
stop
That
putting wars.
would break the market.
Yeah,
It
I
will.
mean that's my theory
Yeah,
because
yeah,
now
yeah.
they actually have the capability to say that. It's like,
Yeah.
guys, I'm done with console wars. It's like I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna make an Xbox exclusive games because I'll shy away all the PC players who are true gamers as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call it the Microsoft exclusive. Anyone out of that Microsoft exclusive, Nintendo, PlayStation, Sega, if they're still alive, dude, they're all gonna be left out, man.
Yeah.
I like your theory in the sense that it makes Microsoft this big ballsy guy, but
It's a smart move.
it is a smart move, but it's also a very stupid move if they did go down that route, because they're gonna fall into this trap of how we see Apple as this company that that's trying to monopolize the
Yeah.
OS landscape.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Microsoft goes down this route and then they turn all these games into Microsoft exclusives, it's going to paint a very it's going to paint a very bad picture for them, because what's going to happen is naturally in all businesses, the prices for these games are going to go sky high,
Oh,
right? And
that's a good.
when it comes down to it, regulating that, as much as it's a responsibility of organizations and governmental bodies that take care of competition, it comes down to what people like you and I decide to buy, right? And as long as we keep that pressure on both Sony and Microsoft, they can never hike up their prices,
Right.
right? So if Microsoft does this and they hike up the price, as consumers, there's going to be backlash.
Yeah,
You know?
of course, yeah.
So I don't think that theory could be very, very likely
Right.
But if it does happen, it's gonna be a very scary time
it will
for video games.
fragment.
Yeah.
It's gonna change the entire landscape of the gaming industry for the next 10, 20 years, I
Yeah.
think.
Definitely.
Man, that's a
You know?
really scary prediction.
Right.
Yeah, Afiq, thank you for enlightening
But-
me on that. Yeah.
I just thought about this as you said. Thank you.
Okay. All right. What did you think?
If Microsoft does go down this route and they hike up the price, that's also going to pave the way for more independent developers.
That's correct. That's correct.
Like
Because-
Supergiant Games.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Devolver.
And then us as
Yeah.
consumers are going to be like, you know what? Fuck Microsoft. Fuck Sony. I'm just going to stick with the independent developers
Yeah.
because I think they understand me better as a consumer.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Hades.
Like Hades. That Hades is actually
Yeah.
pretty damn fun.
Yeah,
Right.
and actually, just to add on to that, apparently, going back to what I was saying just now, apparently, from what Microsoft said, 90% of the users in Japan, when they had the Xbox, it was their first time experiencing indie games. I'm not kidding you.
Oh.
Yeah, 90%.
Interesting.
So I'm like, so
That's interesting.
where's PlayStation? That shit's made in Japan. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
So this is what we know so far from the entire Xbox, the Microsoft acquisition. Xbox Game Pass user will definitely be getting any title from the developers mentioned above.
That's right.
Uh,
Obsidian is one of them, right?
Obsidian,
Yeah.
is, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. What this means is whatever games that comes out in the future by Zenimax Media would definitely come out for Xbox Game Pass. So it's that subscription fee where you pay a flat $14 to $40 and you get all these games
Yeah.
for free.
I swear to God, it's so tempting right,
Right?
now.
It is.
All right,
I
more.
kind of have the feeling that I'm
Um,
not getting the PlayStation.
If you
4.
pay a month, it's actually the price of 3 AAA games.
Yep.
Hey, Xbox, if you're listening, the only way you're going to confirm that I'll become an Xbox player now is if you have a gold variant. For gold variation of your console, that's what I'm buying.
Are you serious?
Microsoft will be the second point. Microsoft will be the largest Western RPG publisher in the world.
Yeah, that's
That's
in
third
stone
one.
already.
The time exclusives such as Ghostwire and Deathloop will be respected and will remain on the PlayStation 5 roster for a year.
okay.
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 Because this was pre-acquisition. It was a
Right.
promise made by the developer.
right.
So there was a theory that I actually read online saying that can you imagine being a PlayStation 5 owner and you bought a physical copy of Deathloop and Ghostwire, right? And you just open the seal and you open the pack and you see a disc, right? You get a disc, right? And with the disc, it comes like a small paper that says like this game is free on Xbox Game Pass.
Wait,
Can you imagine that?
this timed exclusive statement, was that made by Microsoft?
Yeah. It was made by the developer that themselves. It was a agreement with the developers and Sony pre-acquisition. So Microsoft will respect that.
Right, so if I'm reading this right, if I'm listening to you right, it means that by respecting that, it means that it will not be available on the Xbox for
Yes.
a year.
For a year,
And
yeah.
then after a year, they're going to release
Yes.
it.
Yes, which is
Yes.
kind of
Okay.
sad because I'm really looking forward to Deathloop.
Right? Pete Hines from Bethesda has came out to say that Bethesda will be semi-independent. They will still be publishing their own games. So what I'm looking at is maybe we might get Fallout New Vegas 2
Yeah.
with the new management.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, also just to add on to that, the Obsidian dev team is not the same one that made Fallout New Vegas,
Yep.
so it's going to be a different. Yeah, you just to keep your
Yep.
hopes. Like,
I know. But
managed.
with new management, maybe
I hope it's
right?
is
because
just
the
as good.
demand is there.
Yes,
The demand is there, right?
New Vegas is more popular than any
Right.
other Fallout
and
titles.
and just to wrap all the whole elephant in the room out, right? $7.5 billion is actually not the biggest in the gaming history. It's the second
bigger.
biggest.
wait, what's the first?
There's fucking
Right.
bigger.
So okay, just to put things into perspective.
always a bigger fish.
Right, just to put things into
Qui-Gon Jinn.
perspective, Minecraft was bought over by Microsoft for 2.5 billion USD. Okay, Disney bought over Star Wars franchise for 4 billion. The Oculus Rift was bought over by Facebook for 2 billion. And you guys know the app developer Supercell Games?
No, oh,
Wait,
no,
what
no.
game is that?
Supercell's hold on.
Supercells. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned it a couple of times in a few.
It's that no God.
Supercells are storms.
Yeah, Clash Royale,
Oh,
Brawl Stars,
right.
Clash of Clan.
Oh, these big
Heyday.
mobile games.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like all this mobile game. It's a Finnish company. I think it's a Finnish company. They were bought over by Tencent
Mhm.
for $8.6 billion.
That's ridiculous, man.
dude.
Now that's the
fucking
biggest
ridiculous.
gaming history buyout I have found so far, and it's not even a AAA title. It's a phone app
Yeah.
developer company.
Yeah, because I would assume it's because they have a huge player base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
on
course.
mobile.
Yeah.
Some people download
Yeah.
it and never even play it at all.
That was
Like
the elephant
me.
in the room.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I mean, like now I can feel that the landscape is changing. I mean, for like in the game.
It's
world.
definitely interesting
It's
to
shifting beneath our feet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
literally.
definitely interesting to see again what the gaming industry would be like in the next, I don't know, decade.
Yeah, and it's funny too because it's by like Microsoft,
Yeah.
Xbox.
What's a game you want to look forward to with the whole acquisition?
Dude, like okay, first of all, I'll be excited for maybe a New Vegas like 2 like game. But then again, like since I am like a PC platformer, so like I'm not really expecting much from the Xbox games. Yeah, that's about it. I'm not. I don't even know what to expect.
What about you?
But
Oh.
I know for sure that the Game Pass, right?
Mhm.
That's gonna be worth my fucking money
Yeah, I think it is.
because it is.
It
think?
is. Dude, I really want to play Deathloop, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, actually, I want to play.
I
That
wanna
game
play
too.
Deathloop.
But see, that's the thing. Like, that's the problem with
Yeah.
Sony, man. Like, stop with these exclusive, dude. Gaming is gaming. You
Exactly.
Do you know what I really want?
know? Right.
A proper Fallout release.
Yeah. What do you mean a proper Fallout?
I want
release?
Bethesda to redeem themselves under
Right.
new management.
Right.
I want the new management to really screw them up for all the mistakes they have done.
Yeah. Especially the publisher.
Yeah.
Because screw those guys.
Yeah.
Because 76 is actually kind of good now.
Yep.
If they kind of just waited a year or two, it would have been so good. But just
who are the
because
publishers then?
Bethesda.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bethesda developed and published it.
Yeah, Bethesda published it. And I'm like, dude, just give it 2 years, man. Like,
I just want
seriously.
Bethesda to redeem
Yeah.
themselves. That's all.
Just
Right.
admit you screwed up.
Right.
The game fell so flat on its face that at this point it's so hard to redeem itself because it has left a really
Yeah.
bad impression.
Before we wrap things up, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X?
Xbox for me, man. I don't know. After this piece of news, I feel like I'm probably gonna get an Xbox.
Jeff?
Fuck the gold PS5.
I did say I was gonna get an Xbox. I'm sticking by it.
Joe?
I know they're good. It's gonna be good. Okay.
Chief?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Actually,
that's-
a good answer.
That's a lot of us.
Yeah.
On my end, it was 60% PlayStation 5, 40% Xbox. Now it's 70% Xbox
Yeah.
and 30% PlayStation
I'll tell you
5.
what I'm gonna do exactly. I'm gonna get a gold PS5, put it in a glass case. I'm gonna keep it, never play it, and I'm gonna buy the Xbox for me to play.
Yeah.
It's still the
And
gold
that's-
that sells, right?
It's still the gold that tells it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get the gold plate off the PS5 and kind of stick it on the Xbox.
With like tape.
That's like with
This is like black duct tape.
that's it. Oh, Velcro on the inside.
Instant outro here.
That's all the time that we have for you this week. We went through quite a bit of news, I think. A lot of them were super interesting, and one very, very interesting piece of news.
Yes, that's right.
We talked about the Metal Gear Solid remake. We talked about the Cyberpunk 2077 gangs.
Yeah.
We touched a little bit on the Among Us canceling Among Us 2 and sticking to Among Us 1. And we talked about the $7.5 billion acquisition.
No, you have to emphasize on a B, man.
$7.5 billion acquisition of Bethesda by Microsoft. It's freaking fantastic.
Yes, it's been freaking fantastic.
This was a fantastic episode. What comes after that?
Well, if you don't already know, we are on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello there. We have a Twig mini segment which comes after this, which is a less than 10 minutes long-ish show,
Yeah.
right? That we break down. No, that we highlight the breakdown. No, we break down the highlight.
Yeah,
Then we
into
just
bite-sized-
highlight the games into bite-sized pieces, right?
with a highlighting pen.
We break down the highlights of the breakdowns of the highlights that we read this week.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah, I swear to God, the outro is always the trickiest part.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's hard to say goodbye on the things. But anyways, you can find us on our social media, which is at Epic Arcade Pod on Instagram. We're also on TikTok. You want to feel?
Oh yeah,
The
we're on
audience in on-
TikTok at Epic Arcade Pod. We're on Instagram at Epic Arcade Pod.
We're on Twitter at Epic
Epic
Arcade
Arcade
Pod.
Pod.
You kind of get the gist, right?
But on YouTube, we're Epic Arcade. Without the pod, right?
Yeah.
That's-
That's
That's Epic
correct.
Arcade on YouTube.
Yes. And if you would like to let us know on what would you still prefer, the PlayStation 5 over the Xbox, or have you changed your mind? You can even email to us at our email at epicarcadepod@gmail.com and let us know what will be your choice for the next gen.
This is actually going to be our second episode that we are releasing on YouTube. So, on YouTube. So I think we just want to ask for your help. If you could support us on YouTube, and if you think you'd like to buy an Xbox or you'd like to buy a PS5, or you think there's something else that we should know, please leave a comment on YouTube so that we can engage with you guys, because that's going to really help us. That's going to really help us understand how to give you more value week after week. And if you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and also subscribe. And please click on that little bell icon
Ding, ding,
so
ding.
that you're always notified
That's what the
of
bell
all the new episodes.
noise.
That's a very good bell.
Really?
Bell sound.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I like that.
I just
You could be a bell curator.
okay, just stop.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What is that?
But anyways,
We have been your host. I am Jeff K.
and I am Afiq K,
I'm Kelvin Tay.
and
Epic Arcade is a proud member of the Renegade Radio Network. If you want to find more amazing, I like to say this word, buatan Malaysia made
like
podcasts, you can visit our website at rngdr.com. You can find all of the other podcasts that we have under this network.
The rest of the team is our intern Joe. Joe, you want to say bye?
see ya.
And our chief,
Video guy.
Azrul.
I'm telling you, the producer and the video guy is the same person.
They actually do sound the same.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.